All right, let's get your biggest winners and losers at the deadline. We'll start with the winners, and no question the Dodgers set themselves up to repeat as World Series champs.
Oh yeah, I mean, look, they by far they're the only team that gets an A+ at the trade deadline, and I'll make it an A++ if there's a teacher in this world that'll let me do it. I mean, they acquired the best pitcher that was traded in Max Scherzer, a slam dunk Hall of Famer. If he retired today, he's in the Hall of Fame. And they got the best position player that was traded at the deadline in Trey Turner. And the top of their lineup now with Mookie Betts and Trey Turner, they've got two guys that are capable of 30 homers and 50 steals between the two of them. I mean, that is unbelievable. And not just for the regular season, and they're going to blow by the Giants now after this trade. But wait till October comes, and you got Scherzer pitching playoff games, and you got those two guys in 1-1 or 2-2 games, and you got Betts and Turner at the top of your lineup. I mean, this was a huge, huge day for the Dodgers. They paid a price, but it's interesting, you know, and they did trade their best pitching prospect and their best position player prospect in Josiah Gray and Keibert Ruiz. But, you know, the interesting part is they've got 7 starters better than Gray, and they've got 2 catchers that are better than Ruiz. So for the Dodgers, they were expendable. So, yeah, huge winners. Look, in the rebuilding program, I would say the Cubs and the Twins were the 2 winners. We just talked about the Cubs, so I'll go on to the Twins. To be able to get Austin Martin in that deal, along with Richardson, the pitcher, in that trade with Toronto, I mean, you've got another future young star player in Martin, who was one of the top position players that was drafted a year ago, and Richardson profiles to a mid-rotation starter. So, you know, I think as a team that was selling, besides the Cubs, the Twins were winners as well. So let's talk Dodgers, Cubs, Twins as winners.
Yeah, because certainly the Toronto Blue Jays needed pitching help, and they got it in the form of Jose Barrios, who will help to stabilize that rotation alongside Hyunjin Ryu. All right, from your perspective, who's a club that didn't help themselves enough at the deadline?
In other words, the losers?
Yeah.
I'm not afraid to tell you. Yeah, the Boston Red Sox are losers, and so are the Colorado Rockies for different reasons. So the Red Sox big move was Kyle Schwarber. Okay, so Schwarber's best position's DH, but the Red Sox have J.D. Martinez. His second best position is left field, which he plays adequately. And you've got Verdugo in left and Duran in center and Renfroe in right, so he doesn't fit there. So the Red Sox say they're going to work him out at first base. Okay, he's played 1 Major League game at first base, and before that, the last time he played first base was in the Cape Cod League before he was drafted. And I don't see him playing first base, and you're in the middle of a pennant race, and you're going to put him over there? I mean, first base is a very underrated defensive position. So what is he? I guess an extra player. I guess if you get an injury to Verdugo or Martinez, I guess he fits. I guess he can play occasionally to give guys a rest. But that was your big move, and then you go get Hansel Robles and Austin Davis, who, okay, they'll help your bullpen a little bit, but none of those guys are going to move the needle. And you're in a division where the Yankees are adding Gallo and Rizzo. You're in a division where the Blue Jays are adding Barrios and Brad Hand, and Tampa Bay's adding Nelson Cruz, and that's your move? I mean, no. And then finally, the biggest loser, and the only team out of 30 that gets an F from me, and they get a loud F. And I won't say what F stands for because it's not appropriate. But let me tell you this. You had 3 guys that were impending free agents, right? Trevor Story, John Gray, and Daniel Bard, and you traded none of them. And you got to a trade deadline where more good prospects were traded than ever before, and you traded none of them. So you're going to make a qualifying offer. You're going to get a draft pick. Maybe in 2025 or 26, one of these guys will pan out. Maybe they won't. And that's all you got. That Story's not going back there. He's already ripping the organization. You couldn't trade him to a contender. The Mets like Story better than Baez. They could have had Armstrong, and you didn't make that deal. Rockies interim GM Bill Schmidt, his days as a GM, he's got 2 months left.
Wow. Strong from Jim Bowden. And for all that, all of us are winners at the trade deadline. Great perspective, a lot of fun over the last few days, Jim, breaking down all of the trades and the comings and goings of Major League Baseball. Now we get to sit and watch all the new acquisitions with their new clubs. Impact, hopefully make an impact, hopefully lead their team to World Series. We'll see. Jim, great stuff as always. Thank you, my friend.
Thanks, Akeem.
Want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis. No yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.